Last time on Lawful Stupid. The last thing you three remember is following Darling through a door. When you look over the edge, you are literally in a floating garden. Darling, you have brought them here in chase of the Grand Magus. You hop down a couple of these platforms, and as you guys land, out of that tree walks a humanoid figure made of bark and thorns and stuff, and he says, Darling, thank God you're here. I'm Win. I made you a Time Lord.
And why are you here and not where you're supposed to be?
Oh, because it's real bad dangerous back there. The Grand Magus, he's a bad problem for you guys, but he's also a problem for me, so if you could just take care of him.
Just to recap here, we're getting the time cradle from the great powerful wizard.
Yup.
Because it's yours and you want it.
He stole it from me. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's the image we see as we close up the first episode, is your heroes jumping from platform to platform. So you guys are moving down these platforms, these beautiful arrangements of flowers and foliage and nature that isn't like wildly unrecognizable, but it's not like it's your world, so it's not so strange. It kind of makes sense to a degree. And as Darling, you're stepping off of one of these platforms, your world shifts a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean entirely. Shannon Devin, headphones off, please.
Son of a... Oh, shit.
Darling, you find yourself in an extravagant lobby with these stairs that lead up, and there's this marble floor beneath your feet, and the entire world is tinted in green. And across from you, as you are dropped into this world, it almost as if stepping from that last platform onto this marble floor, you see a humanoid figure laying on the ground, collapsed. What do you do?
She's gonna go help him up. Last time she was somewhere like this, it was in Cassiel's world, in that weird dream state. Gotta be someone important.
And so you brush over, and they're face down, so I assume you roll them over and get a good look. And so when you roll them over, you see one, the face of Cassiel. And two, you can see up to Cassiel's chin, there are these iridescent green scales that have like kind of worked their way up. And then as you kind of look further down and you part some of his clothes, you can see there's scales down the rest of Cassiel's body.
Sorcerer type. Hey, it's your turn to wake up. And she'll like try shaking him awake.
And Cassiel wakes up and says, I remembered who I was.
Yeah? Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah, kind of. And you came here. Why?
Well, I was walking and I took a step and then I was here, so it's a good time.
The Grand Magus, he's trying to save everyone, but you've got to stop it.
Well, yeah, he stole what I think is you, for the time cradle thing. It's important to get. I know that.
He's important to stop. He already ate my sister.
Ate your sister.
And then your world vanishes. And you land on this second platform. This platform. Devin's too busy playing Overwatch. Thanks for coming back, Devin.
Dude, I was just jamming in my own head over here.
I saw. That's why I started trying to put as much movement as possible on the screen.
Maybe I just want to see you move. Mission accomplished.
Maybe I just want to see you groove.
Shake it, Chile. That's one of my favorite things in Bluey that they say. And it's perfect because I can say that.
Anyways, darling, you step on this platform. You land on the platform, and that all happens in an instant.
I think she starts mumbling and puts her like hand to her face, like out of time, out of touch. Can't. She'll look back to the others just to like see if they're like in normal place or if like does she miss a beat of time or.
Yeah, they're right behind you.
She'll kind of like smile and look at him. I was like, okay, time is still working properly. Yeah, it's all good. It's good. Let's go.
All right.
And you guys ascend down these platforms, and eventually there's a larger platform that you guys land on. And so you've essentially been jumping on the fucking garden itself. And you notice as you like land down on the viewing area, there's people like looking at you three.
When you say people,
like what you've done, you went to a place that said, "Don't step on the grass," and you stepped on the grass.
Sir Major's grass. Oh no!
And so
Sergeant Major, he grew that himself.
So there's people. There's different races, elves. There's half orcs, humans. It is a melting pot of people just trying to partake the view. And then you noticed you became the view as you hopped between the garden. And approaches you is this older gentleman, and he's got on an official looking suit, and he comes up and he's got essentially what is a nightstick and says, y'all gotta get out of here. You're not supposed to jump on the garden.
Fantasy Chris Rock? Okay.
Well, how else are you supposed to get down then, mate?
You're not supposed to be up there in the first place.
I didn't like it either.
How? Then why were you up there?
Woke up there.
What?
Woke up there.
Get out of here.
I'm coming down.
We're already leaving.
All of you.
I can't come down any faster.
We're already pulled over. Yeah, I'm getting down too. I will. I'm trying to make my way quickly. I'm not like trying to fight against the law here.
I spur Warp to go even faster, which makes him just fucking tear shit up.
He like the last one you leap off is really rocking, and you see the guy go and runs over to it and he's trying to stabilize it. And Shane with an 18, you have the understanding that people are fucking staring at you.
I put on my goggles. And now no one can see me.
Fun fact, neither can you. Now you can't see yourself.
Oh no.
Oh no. You made your goggles of invisibility.
Goggles of self-invisibility.
So yeah, you guys are on this open viewing platform, and it's pretty obvious from here. You can see like the walking paths that people would take to view this garden that you've been dancing through, and then you can see that there's a path to exit.
We could have taken the. Oh. All right. Well, I guess we'll just be on our way.
Nothing to see here. Excuse us. Sorry. This is a very nice garden. Trust me.
It smells great.
There are some thorny bits up there that need taken care of.
Bit of weeding to do, mate.
And so you guys exit the gardens, right? You guys head out the exit. And so you to leave the gardens essentially, there is as you're getting out of the lower levels of the garden, because the gardens themselves are floating entirely. There's essentially, I can only describe it as like an air chute that you would like jump down and it would catch you. You could see that other people are like coming up from it, almost like the wind itself is pushing these people up and they're landing. And then you see other people that are leaving jumping down on your side that are just like sliding down essentially.
Weird.
Well, when in the Feywild, do as the Feywild do.
Yeah, sure. I guess that works.
I'm gonna hop off Warp in case something goes horribly wrong. He can still fly if I'm not on his back.
Okay.
Live your life, Warp. Tell me you'll find love
He
again.
does. Okay, the story.
So I think who's the first to go?
I'll go.
Yeah, you go and you jump forward, and it almost feels like a water slide essentially. But instead of water, it's wind. It's this force of wind that's like carrying you down this, and it's like a slide. It's actually relaxing and fun. A little loud because of the wind, but outside of that, it's very relaxing trip to the bottom as you take this long trip to the bottom. Because it's the gardens float about anywhere from 200 to 300 feet in the air, just depending on them raising and lowering it for weather.
Wind's wang!
And so Gorp would be next.
What a
then.
view! Yeah.
And so I think Gorp,
yeah, drives after me.
I think Gorp jumps to fly, but his wings catch and he gets pushed up, and then he has to fold his wings and then jump down to go.
Bit like a javelin missile.
Yeah, exactly. Good skitty. Darling and Osiris.
Gonna hop in.
And you do. You jump down and you're carried down there like a baby.
I'm gonna hesitate and kind of watch a few more people do it.
Yeah,
And all right.
You do. You see some children that are clearly 5, 10 just leap in and start yelling, "Wee!"
You'd have to be a real coward not to jump. Says the child.
He wasn't even with anyone. Was he just saying that to himself? So I could hear him? All right, here I'll go. 1, 2.
That seemed very hurtful. And on purpose. Yeah, and so you jump down, and again, you're caught by a cloud or a gust of wind that then carries you down. And the four of you land on the exit, and you're naturally shuffled forwards as things progress. And you find yourself in this city that has these towers that raise into the skies, and now that you're below, you can see the bottom of these floating gardens are magnificent. They're shiny and they're well kept, and you can see there's flowers and stuff that grow on the bottom, but you can also see the golden hues of metal that's on the bottom of these platforms. And each of those gardens, or those little planters essentially that you guys were jumping between, all had the same vibe on the bottom, where you can see some gold, some shiny gold, but it's mostly covered by foliage and stuff. The large viewing platform is just obviously the easiest one to see. And you guys find yourself in this this city that's full of life. This is a large city, and it's got these spires that seem to just never end almost. It's got lots of buildings. You can see a few castles as this sprawls out, and you find yourself without much hesitation finding out where you are on signs and stuff. And so you know that you guys are in the city of Arcanaria. And so as you guys orient yourself to this city that is almost feudal in appearance, not feudal, Renaissance in appearance as far as the buildings are concerned, but the majority of the buildings are like this light color. They tend to go tannish to whites, but for the most part, people don't decorate their buildings. They use foliage and flowers and stuff like that to provide decoration. So while it's definitely city and civilization, it almost kind of feels like you're walking through nature as you walk through these streets and you begin your path through Arcanaria.
Makes sense why Wen would pick here to live.
Are there like vendors and stuff out in the streets? They're walking by?
Yeah. As you guys progress, you absolutely see vendors and shops, like proper shops, like stores you can go into and stuff like that. And
okay.
You see bigger buildings, and I mean a couple stories here and there, and most of which not exceeding 3. But then you have these big castles and all these towers you can see.
Hey,
Another
darling.
world ruined by capitalism.
Yeah.
This is a mighty big city. Is there any chance you might have an idea of where to go at all? To start? I mean, where do we begin?
This is the first time I've been here like you've been here, so just talk to people, mingle with the crowd. I don't know, ask for directions.
To where? Where are we going? I don't know where to begin.
I reckon
I'm
you
looking
just
for a
produce
blue blue man.
Yeah, I reckon you produce that little picture of the blue meanie, and you just go around and you say, "Hey, you've seen this blue meanie?" And then we'll find him, and then
Yeah, simple as that. Really.
All right, that does sound pretty simple. So should we split up immediately and go different directions?
well,
Or should we
can't
all
make the-
stick together?
We can't make the image.
Yeah, can
So
you
we
make
just
the
have to
image?
use our
Oh, I can
description.
whittle
We
it
just
if
have to
you
use
give
our
me enough time.
description. We can describe him. Have you seen a big blue fella?
Average height, average build,
What
human.
if we just stay here all together because it's a big city, and if we get lost, no one knows where anything is.
Or just ask for directions, apparently.
How would you
And that'll
find
get me
me
where
in
I
the
need
city?
to go.
That's
Fortunate they all speak common, though, huh?
Oh yeah, that's a good question. Oh wait a second. I need to know if, and one of you can tell me because you know better than me about my character. Hold on, I have to go to the features and traits.
If I know about your
Okay.
character.
Yeah, let me tell
No,
you
I'll
about
tell you
your
all about your
character.
character.
Does what does Dale Kier mean? Is the
What?
Fae in the day something? Dale Kier is a language. I don't know what that means.
That is,
Right.
it's got to be related to like abyssal or some bullshit. It's not abyssal, but it's going to be some weird thing. There's a translation.
Google it.
It
Yeah,
just
just
says
Google
Dale
it,
Kier
because
is a
what-
language of the Dale Kier and their creations. So it's some weird thing. Okay.
Spell that.
Daelkyr. It's Eberron. I guess the Eberron or the
Yeah, it's from a
some other
Specific
source. Okay.
looks like they're spooky monkey people.
Dang it. Are there any spooky monkey people
Yeah.
here? I'm kidding. You said there was like orcs and elves and stuff, so I'm sure maybe.
Yeah, of course.
All right. Well,
Actually, they look like perfect human people. That's just this character art is misleading. The character art looks like a spooky monkey person, but the description says they're just perfectly beautiful people.
indeed.
but with a hint of madness in their eyes. And some chitinous armor covering their bodies that makes them unsettling. Like, this is hard to read.
So,
Just like a human, except a little different.
With the chitin that covers it.
how different are like the folk here? Like they like normal humans, elves, and all of them. Like, is their fashion still similar? Building, like I know the buildings are weirder, but it doesn't seem like too much.
So the fashion is still similar. And in this town, you from where you're standing, you get the vibe that maybe their technology is behind.
Okay.
But I mean, you're knowing that from looking at the city, right? You don't see a bunch of machinations. You don't see flying ships or floating ships or anything like that. So
I have
not
a
a lot
gun. I
worrying
could become
appears.
God here.
You probably could. But that's not really the goal. I thought you wanted to see dragons.
Yeah. God dragons.
We'll find
So
those two
this-
eventually.
This is the Fey Wilds, and we're certain about that. We've come to that conclusion that is true.
I never heard that or assumed that at all.
No, I don't think this is the Fey Wilds. I think this is just some other world. Think of another continent.
My prediction is some sort of idyllic heaven because of my celestial tingles.
That might have just been when.
Can I? I mean, I've traveled, and I know I'm a archaeologist. I know times and time periods and relics and things. Based on the buildings, the architecture, can I tell anything about where they may draw their inspiration from?
So you're trying to pull on your. This is important.
Something from Goron that I would be able to reference in similarity.
Right. So I'm asking, are you trying to pull on your experience as an archaeologist or your expertise as an archaeologist?
A little bit of both. Where have I been? And then
No,
what
pick
have I
one.
studied?
No, pick one. It's important for the role. Expertise or experience?
Am I more studied or more traveled? I'm going to say I'm more studied than traveled.
Okay. So, do you have a set of archaeologist tools?
I do.
All right. So you take those tools and you roll with your proficiency.
No, I lied.
modifier
I took
added.
cartographer. I don't have archaeologist tools. But I mean, cartography is. I mean, it's location, so it's not exactly the same. But
No, it's a little different. So instead of that, roll a history roll. Just gonna be tougher.
So I'm going to use my luck feature that lets me take any roll I get that have proficiency in, and it becomes a 10 automatically, which gives me my flesh 5, so I'm going to take a 15 on that, and I'll burn one of those lucks.
Is that luck or is that reliable talent?
Maybe that's what
Sound
you
like
just said.
Reliable
So-
talent.
So reliable talent doesn't cost a luck point, and if you have proficiency,
Oh, luck just lets me re-roll, right? And then take whatever
Right.
the...
Yes.
Okay, so then
But-
reliable talent is whatever you said. Yeah. I just know I have that ability.
So count it as a 10 and then add your modifier.
Yeah, so 15 now. So I did it right. I just called it the wrong thing.
You did.
I do love. Yeah, and you just didn't inspire confidence when Shane said, "Do you have luck or reliable talent?"
I have both of
Yeah,
them.
the thing you said.
I'll do both. I don't remember what it was called. I
The
just know what
thing
it
you
does.
said. I spend a luck point on reliable talent.
Man, he's doing a lot right now.
And now I laid down my trap card.
In defense mode.
So with a 15. With a 15, you draw on your expertise as an archaeologist, but without a set of archaeologist tools, it is hard to determine the age of these buildings. But what you can determine is you've never seen masonry like this.
As in style or material? Or both?
A little bit of both. Like, it looks like stone.
No, you have to
as-
pick one. It's important to the
You're
roll.
not. Hey, Shane, I'm sorry. Do you want to tell me that story again, but interesting, and in a way that I could follow along with?
Damn, you got me.
Let's call this episode a little bit of both.
A little bit of both. Yeah, that's actually a great episode name. Somebody make the folder now. That before we forget, because I always forget the titles. It's stone, you know that, but it's different. It's a little softer, a little different color. It just doesn't. As somebody who's practiced in rocks, you know. But yeah, so you've never seen this style of architecture, and this stone feels alien or foreign to you.
So he's gonna be up next to a building. He's gonna kind of like rub the side of it, and then what you're gonna see him do, I don't know if you noticed it or not, but he's gonna reach out and just taste it a little bit. Like, all right, this is very, very peculiar. This is not anything I've ever seen. I'm just gonna take a little bit of this for myself, and he's gonna like pull out maybe like a pickaxe type thing. It's something to just take a little chip out of this building in the corner of this building or a rounded part of the building and just store it in his pocket.
Yeah, so I think I think you don't take out a little chip tool because you don't have an archaeologist's tools kit. But what I think you do instead is you take out like a protractor from your cartographer's tools. I'm just beating your shit up. You get a piece of the
you can suck my butt, Dwayne. Let me tell you what I got. You know, I'm taking out a lantern, and I'm just going to swing the lantern at the side of the building as hard as I can. How about that? And just start a fire.
I christen ye. You didn't light it. You just break it.
No, now I'm going to pull out my...
He got you with the you didn't light it.
Now I'm pulling out my tinder box. I'm going to set that near it.
Okay.
Now I'm going to pull out my candle, but I still how do I light the thing?
Now we're going to set the whole city on fire.
Oh, shit.
And now really you guys are the bad guys. And now
Always
the
work.
Grand Magus, he's got to stop
He shows up.
you.
It's a very short season.
Hey guys, I know I'm doing some weird stuff right now, but you can't be like setting whole towns on fire.
I came back in time. I used the cradle again just to come back here. Now I need one of you to put more time back in, but also please stop.
Do you know where Paul Barrow is? I need some juice. Need to plug this in.
Anyway.
Does he have to willingly give the time, or can we take it from him in a coma?
I mean, he's not gonna
Take your time. Take your time.
take your
Take your time.
take your time. Take your swings.
Do I get a piece of that building or what?
Yeah, you get a piece of the building. I said that 2 minutes ago.
Okay, great. We could have skipped all of that, but it was good. All right, so that's all.
But I'm glad we didn't.
Why are you licking the building?
Well, you don't know. To really know a place, you've got to taste the place. You got to know where it's coming from. I mean, everything's got a very peculiar taste, a very specific way that it goes down, and so I like to know where it's from. And I've never had this taste before. This is very different.
Oh, we're not in Goron anymore.
Oh, brother Gus is the same way.
Yeah. But, alright.
Well, I remember Gus like it was yesterday.
He's dead now.
I remember raising him.
I was there from time to time. You probably didn't see me, but I was there. Birthdays,
If you didn't know, I was your dad's close friend.
You
christenings.
start remembering back to birthdays, and as you
I
do,
had Dad's roommate.
there's now a dad in the picture.
That's Osiris in the background.
It's like
Stealing the birthday present.
I sent you your first salt shaker, if you don't remember that. Well, not you, but
no,
your
no,
brother.
no, no. It's not stealing. He's in the background, like, doing everything. So, like, he was just baking the birthday cake. Like, he was just setting up the Easter egg hunts. And you guys keep celebrating without him.
He's
always in the other room.
He's responsible for all the fun times.
Our
All the
real
good
dad.
times.
Oh, no, I
Mom.
just hung
It
up all the
wasn't Kato.
garland.
It wasn't Declan. It was Ozzy, baby.
Darling, in fact, Darling, when she leaves,
taught her to play
it's like,
She goes to
oh,
stay with Osiris.
yeah, well, yeah. Osiris let me use his apartment that he has that he never uses for some reason. Somebody hasn't lived here in years.
Oh, man.
How long have I known him? Wait a minute. Why did he pay rent this whole
Why does
time?
he have empty apartments in every town?
Why does he have empty apartments in every town that we have an estate in?
It's always right next door. His bedroom window is always adjacent to Declan's. Never really figured it out.
Never.
Darling, fuck you guys. I'm out of here. Walks next door.
There's no
Hey,
dragons.
Colossi. Dad's being mean again. I'm living here.
Uncle Osiris says I can have a drink with dinner.
He lets me have all the dessert I want. Oh, man. What were you Season 2.
It'll get old some point,
Really
but just not this early.
We're just here for the bits and the giggles, clearly.
Every RPG player knows that the scariest final boss isn't Tiamat, Vecna, or Orcus. Why? It's none other than scheduling a game, that foul beast. It's no one's fault they can't make it, Tim. So how do we get a game together that is exciting, fresh, and worth exploring? The answer is plainly Roleplay Revolution. Roleplay Revolution allows you to generate ready-to-run adventures in minutes. It comes complete with NPCs, monsters, maps, and more. What a hoot! Your adventures can be highly complex for even the most intelligent, or as simple as you require. Isn't that right, Timmy? Roleplay Revolution has powerful tools that let you tweak your adventure after initial creation, so don't worry about all those last-minute great ideas that you come up with. You start by just throwing out some of your favorite themes, movies, games, etc., just to get the juices flowing a bit. Want to mix high fantasy with your favorite RPG title? Well, go crazy. A mustachioed plumbing brothers and steampunk? You got it. Your imagination is the limitation. Roleplay Revolution allows you to create the game you'd love to run, but just don't have the time to write. To spice it up even more, let's assume that Tim and your other quote-unquote friends are indisposed for a long period of time. Never fear! Roleplay Revolution has an AI-powered DM named Oracle. That's nice. That will never leave and keep its time commitments. Oracle will run the adventures you generate for you. You can run the adventures solo with Oracle, or have a GM for you and your friends. It's free to try, but we, Lawful Stupid, hope you'll hear this and go for the annual subscription. If you purchase the annual subscription and use the code Lawful Stupid at checkout, you'll get a whopping 20% off the total price. Head on over to roleplayrev.com and let the games begin.
I want to find someone friendly and ask them about the Grand Magus and show them a little portrait picture.
Yeah, and I think you pull somebody who looks friendly. So there's this younger looking guy, and you can tell like wherever he's going, he's kind of in a hurry. And he's a human, and you just pull him aside.
Yeah, you're just like, hey, one moment, we're from out of town. Could I have any directions? Have you seen this guy? And she'll like show the picture of the Grand
Hold on,
Magus.
do you need directions or why are you showing? Who is that?
Family friend of ours. We're just looking for him.
I'm not sure. Never seen him before, but he kind of looks like one of those wizards, right?
Yeah.
You could probably go talk to the mage school, see if they've seen him.
That is smart. Thank you.
You're welcome. Welcome to the city. Glad to have you.
Thank you. to look to her companions. But we won't keep you too long. You look like you were in a hurry.
Is that a fucking dragon?
Gestures to Drake.
I pull out my my tarp, cover up. very, very conspicuously. I pull the tarp off of Gorp. It's in his saddlebag.
He goes, okay, y'all guys have a good day, and like starts walking.
I pull the tarp back off of Gorp, fold it up, put it in his saddlebag. That was a close one.
You almost got to there, mate.
You gotta be more. Hey, what did I tell you? You gotta be in disguise. And I pull out a tiny mustache.
That'll never work on a dragon.
Just put it on his snout.
Put it on his snout. Hey,
somebody walks by Gorp. Huh, excuse me,
Good
sir.
day, sir.
And moves on.
what a distinguished gentleman.
Did you see this mustache on that guy? He's important.
Seems like the school's a good place to start. There's loads of wizards there.
Yeah. Should have asked him which way it was towards the school.
And as we find somebody else friendly, we look around, everybody looks mean as shit.
That was the only guy.
That was the only nice
Everybody
guy.
on the streets just like kicking puppies down the road.
Could you send Gorp up? I don't know if... Hey, wait, are dragons allowed here? Could we...
Dragons are allowed everywhere, mate. Try to tell him not to.
Send him up? Let him, I don't know if he can see and tell you where... Can he read? Can Gorp read?
What can
Thanks.
you read?
Gorp. Why, yes, absolutely. I can read. I'm a distinguished gentleman with a mustache.
and my reading glasses.
And you take it off and you hear, Gorp. Does this mustache let him speak?
This mustache gives him the curse of sentience.
Like all mustaches do.
Yes,
Every time you put it on, it's just, why'd you bring me back?
Take it off.
I don't want to be alive.
I don't want to comprehend my own mortality.
I'm a part of you.
Yeah, I can send Gorp up if you want. That's what I sound like. Heck, I can send Gorp up if you would like me to, Devin.
Please, that'd be great. So you can tell us what's going on.
Yep, no worries. All right, well, see if you can look. See if any of these buildings has like a pointy hat on it or anything.
Yeah, so Gorp lifts off into the air, just a beating of his wings.
Disturbing all the surround, knocking over carts.
Yep. Just a big pulse of wind from his liftoff, and immediately you hear alarms and arrows. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh!
So he goes up into the air.
The dragoons, they're on their way.
And these knights leap into the air and they transform and have magical dragon wings and so Gorp goes up in the air and he's able to see the surrounding city. He's able to see all the spires and the few castles you can see and these larger buildings. And ironically enough, he does see like a building on the roof. It's just got like a shield and a staff and a little wizard's hat. It's like very clear if you're flying above that's but you do see like a more studious looking. It would look like an academic place, but he sees a couple of those. So he can kind of guide you towards the different ones. One that's pretty obvious that is not going to be that one is the one that's got like essentially an arena in the center of it. Like, so it's courtyard. There's an arena in the center. But then there's
We've been to 3 banks and an AT&T authorized reseller. Wolf, I told you.
Gorp sees a couple of buildings that look like universities or places of study.
Well, I got some leads. Gorp, he's communicated to me with his
newfound sentience.
His tail. He knows where to go. He's pointed out the locations to me. He drew a little map, and I'm ready to go.
Well, let's go that way.
So we go to 3 banks and an AT&T authorized reseller before we find the right.
Yeah. And when you get there, it says, "Hey, do we have mages here?" "No, I think you're at the wrong castle. The mages are in another castle." "No.
We're the rough street toughs, and we're here to make fun of your outfit and push you in the mud."
Righto.
We're a group where we teach everybody to be the one truth-telling guard and the one lying guard.
God.
Everybody
There's
has
the
to be
academy for that.
What are you?
Academy.
Don't tell me. You're the lying god.
What? No, I only tell the truth.
That's so good. All right. That's good. You're doing good. Keep it up.
No, the first building you go to is a academics place for sure, but it is more a medica than anything else. It is a place where they heal people and they teach people about healing. There is a section, because you can kind of see as you're walking along without actually going inside. There are sections of this this medica academy where it's like they use magic. You can tell. You can just see it in the architecture and the outside labs and stuff. But then there's other places that focus more on alchemy and a different type of science behind it. But unfortunately, it doesn't appear to be what you're looking for. So you're walking through this city and marching along, and Drake, it is important to note that like you are getting looks here and there. You and Gorp are you're drawing attention, truthfully, as you're walking through the city streets. And so you guys make headway for this mage's college, or this wizard's academia location, right? Nothing else you want to do before you head that direction?
No.
Can we, like, both Osiris and Darling can tell that Gorp is getting weird looks?
Yeah, it's real obvious, especially once he took off and landed.
And he's back on the ground? She'll look over to Drake. It's like, do you mind? I could put magic on him for a disguise if you want. There's just
Got
a
the
lot of
mustache
stairs.
already, darling?
Yeah, but I can make him look like a Great Dane or some other large dog.
Well,
Even a horse if you
a bigger
want.
mustache?
I can add a big mustache if you'd like.
Yeah, it might be a good idea to have Glop go incognito with some sort of horse or something. Yeah, I think that's a smart idea.
Yeah, Dwayne, I would like to use the spell Seeming on Glorp.
Tell me what that one does.
It's a bard spell.
Seeming?
Seeming, S-E-E-M-I-N-G.
Seeming.
I thought you said
though.
seeming. I was like, holy shit.
No,
The fuck is seeming? You're
Seeming.
gonna put this guy through a sieve?
No.
I pronounce that sieve.
Okay, this spell allows you to
Sieve.
change the appearance of any number of creatures that you can see within range. And you give each target you choose a new illusory appearance. An unwilling target can make a charisma saving throw, and if it succeeds, it is unaffected by this spell. The spell disguises physical appearance as well as clothing, armor, weapons, and equipment. You can make each creature seem 1 foot shorter or taller and appear thin, fat, or in between. You can't change the target's body type, so you must choose a form that has the same basic arrangement of limbs. Otherwise, the extent of...
So what do you turn him into?
He's a medium-sized creature, right?
He's a medium-sized creature. Quadrupedal.
With wings.
Yeah.
Can I make him like a Pegasus almost? Because he's got wings. Those are 2 appendages I have to think about. And
I
we
don't
can just put a
think that's going to
tarp
help
on.
us.
No, we could put a tarp over the wings, like a saddle.
Now the tarp just has a pointy thing.
Let's say like, oh man, we're getting too much attention from this dragon. We better turn him into a unicorn.
A Pegasus is not a unicorn.
No.
Yeah, I know. I'm
unicorn
just saying. I'm
okay?
just saying.
No, there are 2 more
That's an
limbs.
alicorn, you motherfucker. Listen, if I've watched enough My Little Ponies, that's an alicorn. If it has horns and wings, it's an alicorn.
We call
if
it a
has
pegacorn
horns
where
and
I come
wings,
from.
It's a unicorn. If there's no horn and wings,
Otherwise, make
you
it a
can call that a
dog with
Pegasus.
wings. What else
What?
has extra appendages?
Oh,
Just put a tarp on
a dog
top.
would be
It needs that
small,
wing.
not medium.
Yeah,
Alright.
So, anyways, you get to pick.
the closest
Darling.
I can get for his size,
Well,
because unless there's a
Warp's making a
medium-sized
charisma
dog.
save then.
Hey, Warp won't know that he's turned,
Warp doesn't
being
want
turned
to be
into a-
anything other than a dragon.
You can
Okay,
do cat
fine.
butts.
Roll a Christmas saving throw for
I'm not
Gorp.
going to. I'm fucking with you.
Oh, okay. All right, so Gorp is now a Pegasus, essentially.
I'm gonna get that little tarp and put it over, like how one does with horses, because they
Oh, I
have
get
tarps
it.
that
Yeah,
goes
no,
on top
I
of
get it.
horses.
You
on the horse top?
wrap this Pegasus up almost as like you see actors and actresses wrap to cover up their body parts to look like something completely different and foreign to them.
Call it
so
a horse
when you
blanket.
put the saddle on, yeah, you put the saddle
It's a
on
horse
top.
blanket, yeah.
Now,
I
a
I
horse.
am. Here's my concern. Warp
What
is
do you want me
bigger
to do
around
with
than
the-
a horse.
Huh?
Warp is bigger around than a horse.
He's a
right,
stub.
but you can adjust a foot of his diameter, like.
You can make an illusory appear. It doesn't change his form. So if I if I hang a tarp over Warp, it's going to look like it's hanging off of nothing on this around this horse,
It's true.
right?
Yeah, but
Or do I not understand how that spell works? Because I've never.
Can I make
used
it a
before.
fat horse?
The changes brought by this spell
Add a
fail to
foot.
hold up to physical inspection. If you add a hat to a creature, objects pass through it.
What if it's an illusionary
feel nothing.
horse blanket?
If you made part of the illusion.
That's
Wait,
true.
are you
Yeah,
talking about
plug it.
casting another illusion spell on top of seeming? Because seeming only lets you change it from one creature to another creature. It doesn't let you change their clothes, does it?
It does let you change clothes.
Okay, well then it's a horse
Because
blanket.
you can add a hat to a creature's outfit.
Yeah.
Okay, so then she changes him into a Pegasus that already is wrapped up in a tarp.
This
Yes.
already is wrapped up again,
So you don't see the
Pre-wrapped,
wings.
making it now a horse. Something very foreign to its normal
Can you?
identity, self-identity.
I'm trying
then
to
on
imagine-
top of that, Gwarp has to mentally, when he looks down, what the fuck?
Trying to imagine I'm a DM and somebody says to me, "Hey, I want to use this spell," and this spell, I'm going to let it turn me into a Pegasus. It's effectively just a horse wrapped in a blanket, but trust me when I say. It's
Look, there's gonna be problems with this spell, and this ain't what I'm worried about with this spell at all.
Well,
fair enough.
he's got two appendages that are wings. And I was like, well,
I
the
agree.
closest
You're right,
thing I've
darling,
got.
you're right.
There's no argument from me,
No, you're right.
the DM. It's just the other player who wishes he was DM to say no. You
No,
can't
no.
do a horse.
I was trying to wrap my head around the illusionary aspect of the spell versus the physical touch of it. That's the only place I got disconnected.
Well, it only matters when somebody physically touches it and they feel Gorp's scaly body instead
was
of a
talking about
soft
the-
Pegasus body.
The tarp on the
Yeah.
I put a horse
But,
blanket
and we
and saddle
magic
now.
that away, so that's not a problem anymore.
Yeah.
We use magic to fix the plot holes.
Yes.
That or time travel. Or abruptly ending campaigns. We got options
You got moves.
on how we can solve this problem. So, campaign 2 or campaign 4, season 2, episode 2. That's it. End of episode, end of campaign. We're right here. We're done. We're done. All right. So, darling, see, campaign 5. And
Well,
then
shit.
Avon, you're going to continue playing campaign 4.
Darling separately. Of you.
Darling is going to start DMing campaign 5 inside campaign 4.
Okay,
It's all
yeah.
mine.
Tiny Tina's vibe.
And that's really. Yeah, exactly. No. You transform Gorp into a Pegasus with its wings wrapped in a illusionary horse blanket.
Better horse. Ta-da!
You're beautiful, Warp. You always were.
Gorp! They've made me a monster! I was a majestic creature once, feared and respected. Now I'm a horse.
The Giga
I
Swarm
really
worship
wish
me.
it would have been a Pegasus donkey. Oh, look, pepper and spice. They're back. And now they've got wings. What's stranger, a dragon or a winged donkey?
You decide.
You're
She's a
the
donkey
DM.
that had a Red Bull, dude.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, you can't say that. Red Bull got sued for that. So yeah. So now we have the party of Darling, someone lost in time, Osiris, the ever-present roommate, Drake, who just wants to fucking see dragons, and Gorp, the My Little Pony. And that's where we're going to end this episode, as this adventuring group is walking through the city, headed towards the Mages College, or the Wizards Instructionary building. Shane.
Yep, we are rolling for Bridges Domestic Violence Center. Going to give you a quick rundown on some of the services they provide: temporary shelter, court advocacy, support groups, crisis intervention, community awareness, case management, child advocacy, outreach advocacy, and they even take care of your fur babies. They even make sure that dogs, pets have a place to go as well that's safe. So definitely worth your money and mine. We will be rolling, and we got a 9. Or I'm sorry, a 10. We got to
It's
count
10.
for mine. That -1 belongs to me, not Jared.
That's true. Excellent, wonderful, big win. And, I'm just going to continue to, do what I do, which is steal jokes from Ginger's bot. Give a man a plane ticket and he'll fly for a day. Push a man out of a plane and he'll fly for the rest of his life.
Got him.
Shane, tell me a funny ass joke.
What's the last thing that goes through a bug's mind when it hits your windshield?
The windshield.
It's Baho.
It's butt.
That's good.
Send my document.
Your documents will be signed, sir.
Devin, tell me a joke.
6:30 is my favorite time, hands down.
Got him.
That's good. Hey, Bon, tell me a funny ass joke.
What has more lives than a cat?
2 cats.
A cat.
Buddhist
with 10
Buddhist
lives?
cat.
A meowton. I know we've done that before.
No. A frog, because it croaks every day.
I like Buddhist cat.
Oh,
Buddhist cat's good.
that's
Buddhist
good.
cat.
A lot of
Buddhist
good
cat.
answers to that, and I like your frog answer.
Buddhist cat and Buddhist cat and Buddhist cat.
Well, we love you. Bye.
They need more.